welcome back to Building with the Boys. It's now time for our weekly catch-up. I'm sure you know by now. If you don't, I broke my wrist, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. But it is what it is. It's just made all those little things you do all day, every day, and take for granted. It makes you realise how much, you know, it's a lot easier without a broken bone. So it's been rough. Now, my saving grace is that I haven't had loads of deliveries of models, you know, backed up to get through, but we have had some deliveries. So we had Ironman, which has gone up on the channel today. And man, does he look good. He looks really good. In fact, I'll show him to you. Give me 2 seconds, let me grab him. Here he is. Now, I just have not enjoyed this model. This is really hurting my wrist because he's heavy. I've not enjoyed this model until now. Now I'm kind of seeing the fruits of our labour where we are. We've built the upper body today. I'm trying to do this like dropping him. We've built the upper body today and we've attached the head, body, and man, he's looking so good. And I'm so happy with, there you go, there's the repulsor on, the arc reactor. I'm so happy with this. It looks so good, and it has kind of made me reassess Ironman, because I have been, I don't mind telling you, a bit of a dick when it comes to Ironman, because you wait for these things to turn up and there's so little to do in a typical Ironman issue, so little. Not this time. This time there was loads to do. And looking at it now, I'm like, it's all paying off now. It's all paying off because he just looks great, and I'm very, very, very happy with him. And I can't wait to see the legs on him. And that will be happening next month. So issue 97, bizarrely, the model's built. Even though we go on to issue 100, the model is completely built at issue 97. We then do a couple of abdomens so we can put him in different poses. But yeah, so next month he's built. So he'll be built around about this time next month. So just before Christmas, Ironman will be done. I am going all the way to the end because I need the final parts of the premium stand. But other than that, no, he's complete, and I can't wait to see this thing fully built. It just looks spectacular. It just looks spectacular. So now I'm questioning my decision about I'm never doing these figures again, because I think if you can come to peace with the fact that when you're building it, you've got to wait to the end for the payoff, you just do, then it's probably worth it. But if you need that hobby of when these things turn up, you can get into it, you can spend a couple of hours doing it, they're probably not the best ones to go for. But man, does this look good. I'm so happy he looks good as well. Because if I'd have done this and they'd been like, "Come, that sucks," it would have been awful. It would have been a terrible build. It really would have. Yeah, I think this is spectacular. I'm really happy with it. The other thing we had turn up was R2D2. Now I keep telling you we're going to do R2D2, but again, me and Jack just can't find the time to do it together. So I've now got 16 parts of unbuilt R2D2. We have to do it, otherwise we're never going to do it. So I'm hoping that we can get that done this weekend and have that up maybe Sunday. Something might block that from happening though, because I have got my shipping notification and my tracking details today for pack 12 of the Agora Routemaster. And I can't wait to finish that either. So any day now that's going to turn up, and my Routemaster will be finished, and I'll be very sad to see it go, but it does represent an incredibly tumultuous year for me, because even though you see me on here and I'm very happy and positive, I have had an incredibly rough year. In our personal lives, we've had a really rough year, and Routemaster has been the kind of the shining light through that for me. Watching that thing being built and being made has been great, and it represents the end of a very odd year in my life, Routemaster. And we're nearly done, and I can't wait to see that done. I can't wait to see it finished, but I will be sad to see it go. And I had the message from Agora asked me, well, what are you going to do next month? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Because there's nothing really screaming at me from Agora's page at the moment. Now, if you don't know, once you've completed an Agora model, you can choose any of the Agora models, and they will send you the first pack for free once you've built one. So I don't know. I've got to be honest. There's nothing on there that is leaping out at me. And anything I do choose, I think I'd be choosing for the sake of choosing it. And that's not a good enough reason to commit to something like this. Because if I've got no real passion for the model, I'm not going to give a damn about it. And that's kind of the problem. There are some beautiful models on Agora's website, don't get me wrong. There's just nothing that personally screams at me, do this one. I'm very into pop culture, rather than, you know, this happens to be a Porsche, or this happens to be a... Now, if it was a Porsche from a movie, then maybe, but I don't know. But what has appeared on Agora's website is this. Mystery. I've no idea what that is. I don't know. It could be any one of the trial builds we've seen over the past year, where there's been a lot of them. It could be a remnant from Eagle Moss. It could be a former Hachette model. I don't know. I've no idea what that is. I don't know. If you do, let us know, because I don't know. But I'll hold out and see what that is. Optimus Prime, of course, does launch the end of this year, early next year, I believe, through Agora. It's not for me. I've mentioned it before. It's not one I will be doing. It's just not for me. I have got, it turned up yesterday, I have got a Row Life build of one of the little rooms, and I've got a dining room, which is kind of like a Christmas themed dining room, which I'm looking forward to do. And I got that from Amazon for an absolute steal. It costs £8. They're normally 30. And this is my advice: if you're interested in doing the robots on Row Life models, take a good look on Amazon, because you will come across ones that have vouchers. You click on the voucher, adds at checkout, and massive reductions. I mean, I've bought a bunch of these models now for, honestly, 40, 50, 60, 70% off, 80% in some cases. So check those out and look careful when you're doing it, because you will get some beautiful ones. But I am going to build this little kitchen, because the idea being that it'll be light on the wrist. It won't be quite so harsh. I built Ironman today, and it hurt. I'm not going to lie to you, it hurt me doing it. As long as I can turn the screwdriver with my fingers, I'm all right. It's when I have to put some torque on a screw at the end. Youch, that really sucks. So I have bought an electric precision screwdriver that's arriving any day now, just so I can carry on as much as I can, because I love doing this. And as I said, I've had a rough year. I have. And this is therapy for me. This is where I'm happy, you know? So I don't want to stop doing that because I got a broken wrist. I want to keep going. So if a little electric screwdriver is going to help do that, let's use the little electric screwdriver, you know. What else have we got coming up? So we have to do R2-D2. There's no two ways about it. We have to get that done. So that is going to be done. I'm 100%. Whatever else turns up can bloody well wait. I've got to get R2-D2 done. So that is going to be done. So we will have 16 parts of R2-D2 go up at some point. That will be, don't worry, we are going to condense that down to a very manageable video, and bam, there it goes. The other thing that I've got that I can't do, I just can't, and I've got a lot of it now, is this is all the crochet wool. This is all the crochet yarn that's turned up with my issues of Disney Crochet, because I am still doing the Disney Crochet. So if you are wondering where the video's that been, I just can't. I mean, the thing turned up. They were really late delivering it. It took bloody ages, and I wasn't the only person that experienced this. A lot of people, experienced the same thing. The delays on the Disney Crochet were just ridiculous. So by the time mine turned up, it'd been here about a week, and I thought, right, well, I'll crack on with it. And I had started and then broke my wrist, and that was the end of that. I just can't. On what's involved in crocheting, there is no goddamn way. Can't do it. So until this comes off and I'm healed, can't do it, but I will be doing it. And I'm looking forward to doing it as well. So if I start it, I finish it. I don't really abandon anything. If I start it, I'll stick with it and I will finish it. So this will happen. Just when I'm kind of operating again on four wheels. I've got a flat tire at the moment. But that's what we've got coming there. Titanic has shipped. So Titanic shipped this week, so that potentially could be here by next weekend, which would be lovely if it is. And I've seen the people that are buying it weekly that are a couple of stages ahead of us monthly builders, and they're putting electrics in at the moment. Now, the interesting thing with the electrics is to power it, you plug it into either a laptop or use a mobile phone charger, because it's a USB-C to a micro USB, I want to say. which suggests to me one of two things. Either we're mains powering the Titanic, which would be good. If we could plug this in, that'd be awesome. Or we could use a power bank to charge to power it, which would be good. A decent chargeable power bank, plug in, off it goes. And then there'd be an irony to this: this is the only one of the only artworks that doesn't come with a power bank as a free gift. So we'll see. I don't know, but I mean, this thing needs USB cables to run, which would suggest it's not going to be battery powered. It would suggest this is going to be mains powered or have some sort of rechargeable battery source, which is good. That's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Because you're going to need a lot of power to power the Titanic. You just are. With those two engines churning, the propeller spinning at the back, all of the lights on it, the sound, the smoke generators, all of that, you're gonna need a significant battery source. I mean, the thing is as well, anything that doesn't require me to keep changing batteries and checking batteries that they haven't leaked or gone bad or something like that is good with me. So yeah, that'd be a nice one. I just wonder how I'm going to put it in a case, because I have premium subbed for the case of this Titanic, which does make the smoke effect somewhat redundant, because if you trigger that inside a case, you're just going to steam the case up and make your model rust. That's what's going to happen. So that'll be interesting, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, because we're not coming to that bridge for a long time. We got another 18 months to go. Because this is the thing, I mean, Titanic, it feels like we've barely begun, but we're a year in. I mean, so as of December, I want to say it's the 27th or 29th, we're 1 year into Titanic. So my next delivery of Titanic represents a full year's worth of build. Which is amazing, because it feels like we've barely just begun. It feels like we're hardly into it, but we're a year in. Now, part of the reason for that is when it started, because there was this race against Eagle Moss to get the Titanics out first, Hachette were doing 2 a week. So rather than our normal 2 a month, rather than normal 4 a month, we were getting 2 a month for like the first 10. So we were kind of, technically we're about 3 months behind of where we would have been under a normal sort of release, but it is what it is. And Disney Doll's House is the same. So I believe first week of January, Disney Doll's House came out. So we will get the November delivery. That will be coming in about 10 days time. Then the December one, I don't know, because Christmas permitting, because there's a lot of bank holidays over Christmas and post increases and whatnot. I don't know when we're going to see, whether or not we're going to get another Disney Doll's House in before Christmas, or whether it's going to arrive the week after Christmas. I don't know. But we'll see on that one. And then again, that's a year of Disney Doll's House, which is remarkable. And then it's also a year of YouTube for our channel, for Building with the Boys, because this is when we really started. We properly started doing this with Titanic and the Disney Doll's House. We were playing with it. We'd upload one video maybe every 6 weeks or 2 months or something like that, and we'd do little things, and it was purely for the kids. We had a couple of friends that watched it, and that was it. But then Titanic and Disney Doll's House, when we're like, well, no, let's YouTube. So this is our first year, and it's been great. It's been absolutely fantastic getting to know everybody, and I get a lot of emails, like a lot of emails. And I love hearing from you all. I really do. So please don't ever think, because a lot of the emails start with, I don't mean to bother you, or sorry to intrude. And you're not bothering me, you're not intruding. If you were, I wouldn't give you an email address. When I say to you, write to us, write to us. I mean, I genuinely, however minor it might be, however major, it doesn't matter. Write to us. And it's good to connect with people, because, you know, we never thought anyone was going to watch us. So to hear that people do, and some of the lovely messages we receive are great. And we receive sad messages as well. We receive messages from people that are going through it, and trust me, I can relate. And every single time you turn on television at the moment, it's doom and bloody gloom, isn't it? All the time. I mean, it's like every time you turn it on, and here's something else terrible that's happened. You're like, Jesus. So it's been a year. It's been a year, you know, but I love receiving your emails. I do, and it's part of why I love doing this. It's part of why I've enjoyed this journey for the past year so much, because one, it's helped me a lot, when we've gone through hard times. And also, it's just been so nice getting to meet you all. It really has. And what a wonderful community this is. I mean, even the other YouTubers are fantastically supportive. There's no kind of backbiting or it's just not there. It's just a really nice community. And whilst we're on the subject of that, of the YouTubers, something I wanted to bring up that I saw today, and I've seen a couple times on different things, but I saw one today that kind of put a bee in my bonnet. And I don't really get pissed off, but this one kind of annoyed me. And it was on one of the build sites, and it was for the Disney Dolls House. It was someone complaining that they were getting spam from a religious group. Now, that happens, right? So if you're going to use Facebook or social media, you're going to get people spam you. You're going to get people that are going to go into groups, creep in, and they're going to message you. And it's lonely heart scams and religious things, and that's what happens. That is the side effect of using Facebook. That's the way it is. What bothered me about that post, and I'm sure it wasn't intentional from their side, I just thought, was a lot of these Facebook pages are, for the models we build, are moderated, ran, set up by Kevin over at the Nexus. Fair play to him for doing that, because this is what you got to remember. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to have to admin all those bloody pages. I really wouldn't. And he's doing this off his own back to give us somewhere where we can exchange ideas and we can, you know. So when that happens, if you're getting spammed from someone, I'm sure if you report it to him, it's sorted out, but there's no need to get kind of snippy about it with him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's doing this off his own back. He ain't getting paid to do this. There's no real benefit in him for doing it. He's doing it because he gives a damn, you know? So be a little respectful of that when you're in one of these groups. I mean, again, the admins and the moderators of these things are doing these things off their own backs. They're not getting paid to do this. So, you know, as I always say, in a world where you may think, be nice. Just be nice. Just be nice. You're going to get spam on social media pages. It's just the way it is. I mean, I get it all the time. When I post a video up, I get all the bots start appearing in the chat, and I have to go in and delete it all. And again, it's just the way it works. So no, I mean, fair play to Kev for doing it, but don't get assy because you've had some spam. Just block the spammer, report it to him, and move on with your day. That's it. That's all you need to do. The other thing that Kev is doing is, you would have seen this on the pages. He's doing a thing for Christmas, a part work sort of award ceremony for the end of the year. So you can go and see that now on any of those Facebook pages, any of the model sites. You can go see it, and you can vote. So you can vote for all sorts of categories. You can vote for, you know, what your favourite model was. You can vote for best model and all things like that. Go and do it. I think the more of us to do it, the better it'll be, the more fun it'll be, you know. So go find that. You can go find that over on the Facebook pages, and yeah, cast your vote, and then Christmas, something to do in it. Bit of fun. And a lot of the other YouTubers do things like Wayne does a quiz at Christmas, which was so much fun last year. I'm looking forward to it this year, and that's a nice thing as well that I think is being done. So that'll be some fun. So find that, support it. It's a good one. Other things we've got coming up is next month, and I'm really excited to say that because that's when it is. Next month, Hachette are launching the Dark Knight Tumbler that goes onto a full run from December the 28th. That's a Wednesday. That'll be in stores from December the 28th. And we are doing it. So Building with the Boys will be building the Dark Knight Tumbler. And I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I love starting a new model. So that will replace my routemaster for now. So the Dark Knight Tumbler is one I am 100% doing, and I'm looking forward to it because it's a nice big chunky vehicle. It's quite the contrast from Routemaster. Routemaster was very kind of a vintage throwback. I think that's what I'm looking for. I need something like that. And again, I've got a really bad case of model envy at the moment. Mark Mods is building the Samba camper van, and I want it. I'm thinking, I want that, but I can't. I've kind of got mapped out what I'm doing for the next year, and I can't do it, and I really want to. And I love what, so I'm living vicariously through Mark Mods at the moment. If you've not seen Mark's camper van, go check it out. It's in its infancy at the moment, so it's one of those ones where you don't really get a lot for a while, then all of a sudden it'll fly up. But just the colour scheme of it, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. I think it really is. And I've got severe model envy. of Mark. But fair play to him, because again, he was one of the people that got caught on the Eagle Moss Titanic, you know, that will never be. And it's, yeah, that's wrong, that is wrong. I mean, when you look at, say, Ecto 1, and we'll talk about Ecto 1 briefly in a minute. When you look at Ecto 1, there's going to be an option to finish it. Whereas with the wooden Titanic, nope, that's it. That's your money gone. That's you finishing this gone. This is, you got nothing. You got a pile of wood. That's what you got. So whatever you paid for that, that's what you're left with. That ain't right. That ain't right. And there's that. So I mean, again, some of the sleazier practices of Eagle Moss were there, and the one again on the form to vote for the Part Work Awards, there was a thing about Eagle Moss, comments about Eagle Moss, and I was going to put something. I put something nice because there were people at Eagle Moss that I think helped us quite a lot, and I put something nice on mine, but I very nearly put about, I think the skankiest thing they did of all of the underhand practices that Eagle Moss did, for me personally, the one that really stung, the one where you look at it now and go, oh, you sacks of, was, I don't know if you remember, but all of a sudden, for no reason, we all received an extra Ecto 1 binder. Right? $10.99. All of us. And we didn't need it. Right? I don't need this binder, we're done. There was only supposed to be 3 binders, why have you sent me a 4th binder? They then said, oh, it was an accident. We didn't mean to send that out. If you'd like to return the binder, and this is where it got sketchy, you can see back on my old Ecto videos where I talk about it. If you'd like to return the binder, what you can do is you can message us, and in 6 weeks' time, we will give you a return code to return the binder. You use the return code to send it back. We will then receive it. After 6 weeks, we will issue a refund. And it was like, okay, so it took me 12 weeks to get my money back. And it's like, yeah, it took 12 weeks to get your money back. And I looked at them and thought, and they did that 1 month before they went under. And I'm like, you knew what you were doing. So what they did there was they just stung an extra tenner out of everybody. That's what they did. They robbed you. So as much as we can say that, well, you know, Eagle Moss went under and they tried, and that, no, that practice right there, that right there was theft. They robbed us, is what they did. We are going to steal an extra tenner from every single one of you mugs whilst we can before we go under and leave you without your models to be built. They fleece us out of an extra tenner, and that is why, yeah, forget Eagle Moss. That's why I'm kind of like, that was such a skanky thing to do. So I have still got it. I've still got my, here it is. This was the additional binder they sent us. And there it is in its full glory. So if you haven't got one, if you were collecting this and you were like, oh, I was due another binder and I never got it, you can have this one. You can have this one. Let me know and I will send this to you, because, you know, that way they don't win. That way they don't win. Someone got use out of it, you know? And then it's a gift from me to you. And then it doesn't feel so bad. I don't feel like I got robbed out of a tenner. I feel like I bought one of you a gift. So if one of you needs an Ecto 1 binder, let me know and I will stick that in the post for you and I will get it out to you. What have we got coming up? So we've also got, for, as I've said, I've remained a Christmas-free zone, and I will until December 1st. Right, then all bets are off. Okay, so I'm going as Christmassy as I can get in here. So if I can make this place look like the North Pole, I will. Probably not. It's probably just going to be a string of fairy lights, but I'm going pure Christmas. From December the 1st, I'm all about the Christmas. Now, I know not everybody is, and believe it or not, neither am I. Right? I do like Christmas decorations, always have them, but I don't like when it's kind of rammed down your throat. That's a bit much, which is why I've kept this Christmas free until the 1st of December. You know, so you're not seeing Christmas stuff in November. But I will have a feature on the channel, which I've already filmed. And again, I've filmed these now, so when you watch them, you don't have to see the Christmas decorations in the background. That's just what it is. So the feature is Christmas movies for people who don't like Christmas movies. So each week through November, there will be a suggestion of a movie that is themed to Christmas, but is not your usual Christmas fare. So if you're thinking, you know, Elf, or Home Alone, or The Grinch, or no, these are the darker side of Christmas, but they are definitely Christmas movies. Now, they're not all nasty. Some of them are actually very good. They're just not your normal saccharine that you get, because that's kind of where I am with Christmas movies. I think we're quite forgiving of movies at Christmas because it's Christmas. We go, oh, no, it's a great movie. No, it's a good Christmas movie. You won't watch this in July, you know? I think there's a lot of that. And I'm sorry, I know this is just polarizing for a lot of people. I don't like Alf. I don't like Alf as a movie. I just don't like it. I think there's nothing there. And the new Asda commercial, I think people are raving about, going, wow, this advert's amazing. I'm like, well, it's not. It's just clips of a 15-year-old movie badly superimposed into an Asda store. It's not, they haven't done anything clever here. It looks quite cheap, but that must have cost them a fortune. And this is what Asda are duping people. They're saying, oh yeah, we scaled back on the ad this year. No, you didn't. Do you know how much that would have cost? That probably is one of the most expensive adverts they've ever done. In order to get all that film footage from Universal, I believe, who did it, to put into their ad, it would have cost them a bloody fortune. It has cost them a lot of money to make an advert that looks that cheap. Just not for me. It's just not for me. But other than that, I love Christmas. I do. I love spending time with my family. I love the whole pageantry of it. My favourite day of the year is Christmas Eve. And that brings us to something else as well. So on Christmas Eve, there will be a video going up from Building with the Boys. You'll see. There'll be a surprise video on Christmas Eve where you're about to see exactly what's going on. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. We are scarily close to our 1,000 subscribers, and we'd love to get there before Christmas. I think we're about 29, 30 short at this point. We'd love to get there before Christmas. If we don't, we don't. But if we do, it would be great. It really would. It would end the year well. It really would. That's all from me. If you've got any comments, please pop them down below. If you've got any questions that you think are too big for the comment section, please email us at buildwiththeboys@outlook.com and we will get back to you. We get back to everybody. That's all from me. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and I will catch you on the next one.